QuickBooks Online undeposited funds, the best practice for handling them. Quick answer is to enter the undeposited funds and then enter the deposit. So undeposited funds are entered in the upper left, the new button under customers and receive payment. You enter the pertinent information there and choose your invoices. And after that, when you actually make the deposit in the bank, you also come up to the new button under other, bank deposit. You'll enter the pertinent information up top, and then you'll check your undeposited funds that you're going to deposit. Okay. So I like to start every video out with a quick answer like that, and then after that, get into a little detail. So what are undeposited funds? For starters, these are received checks or maybe cash that aren't yet deposited into the bank. So you want to record them as a sale. You want to send a customer a receipt. You want to acknowledge that an invoice is no longer outstanding. And the reason you want to do that is because, it's kind of a thing I've always preached, that you want your software, your accounting software, to match reality. You want it to reflect reality because that's its job, is to reflect the reality of your business. So that's why you acknowledge that this cash has been received, but again, the reality is also that it has not yet been entered into deposited into your bank account. So, and it allows you also, when you make a deposit, probably a lot of businesses are going to batch a lot of checks together. Checks from client 1, client 2, client 3, and client 4. For $100 each, let's say, for a $400 deposit. Well, your bank statement's going to reflect a $400 deposit. If you didn't enter these undeposited funds individually, the four $100 payments you received, then you'd have a tough time matching it to your bank statement. Okay, your bank statement's going to say 400. You're going to have four $100 payment receipts. See, so this way, QuickBooks knows it was these four payments that comprised that $400 deposit. Hope that makes sense. We'll get into a little more detail here. Okay, so back to entering undeposited funds. As I mentioned, in the upper left, there's the new button, the customer's heading, and receive payment. Okay, so let's go back to that screen. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is enter the customer who made the payment, of course. And we'll just pick someone at random from this list who hopefully has an outstanding invoice. They do. So we picked Red Rock Diner, and then the date the payment was made. Okay, that's going to be reflected on the receipt. And again, you want that. If they made the payment yesterday, but you didn't get a chance to enter it into QuickBooks until today, you want to change that to yesterday's payment date. You're going to enter the payment method: cash, check, or credit. I'm not sure when credit would apply. There might be circumstances since they have it as an option, but typically I would say it's going to be cash or check. And then a reference number. This could be your customer's check number or some other unique identifier. So if need be, if there was a problem or you needed to do some digging around on something, you could have a valid reference number. Like I said, you can put a check number in there, and you want to put it in undeposited funds. I guess, right, that's probably why credit's in here, because this is receive payment. It's this is what specifies that it goes to undeposited funds. So you could obviously receive a credit payment, and but not, probably wouldn't put it to undeposited funds. So Anyhow, after you enter that information up there, like I said, put in undeposited funds. Go to the next slide here. If it's in response to an invoice, then you're going to match, click the checkbox next to the appropriate invoice, and that is it. So let's say that our customer Red Rock Diner paid on this $156 invoice. Then that's going to reflect down here. The $70 invoice is still outstanding. You can click either Save and New to enter a new undeposited funds for a new client, or if that's your last one, Save and Send will send a customer a receipt. Save and Close will do exactly what it says, and close it. Take you back to the dashboard there. Okay. So, you've entered all of your undeposited funds, and now you've come back from the bank where you actually made the deposit into your checking account, or savings. You want to enter that into QuickBooks. So that is also up at New, and it's under Other, Bank Deposit. And let's see, what did we do? We just did Red Rock Diner. Okay, so see, well, first you want to select your account that you're going to put it in, which most times would be checking, I imagine, perhaps savings. The date you made the deposit. Again, if you made a deposit, this also helps with if you made it yesterday. Uh, if you made it yesterday, make sure you put yesterday because this will also help with reconciling your checking account. Again, you want your accounting software to match reality. So select the account and the date. We hit the checkbox next to the appropriate undeposited funds that we deposited, and it's a similar sort of thing. You can see Red Rock Diner, the date, all the information we entered previously. You have a chance to edit it here, and you can do Save and New to enter another bank deposit, or Save and Close. We'll do Save and Close to show we deposited that $156, and there we go. Our transactions in QuickBooks Online match what actually happened in reality. So that's it. It's a pretty straightforward sort of thing, pretty intuitive to enter, and as long as you understand why it's important to enter undeposited funds and the detail, and again have that information in your accounting software match reality, and same with the deposit, then is really, like I said, is a pretty simple thing to do. So anyhow, if that's simple, some other bookkeeping tasks aren't as simple, and bookkeeping isn't everybody's cup of tea, particularly if you're a small business owner. Your expertise is in your craft, whatever you're selling, and bookkeeping might be a chore for you. So if that's the case, you check out BotKeeper. There's a link down in the description, and what BotKeeper is basically a bookkeeping service that utilizes artificial intelligence to handle the bulk of the workload, and then also implements a human element to kind of qualify things, to double check to make sure everything's going all right. So what it does is it allows you to work more on your business and less on data entry, and spend more time helping it grow. So if you're finding bookkeeping to be a chore, definitely click on that link and just check it out and see if it's something that might help make your life easier. So that's it for this video. You like, it is format with every QuickBooks Online, every video that I post, or have been posting recently, is start out with a quick answer, so you can get the information you need right off the bat, and then go into a little more detail on the subject matter if you like that format, being short to the point up front and detailed through the rest of the video, you could show that you like that by giving the video a like. And if you find yourself searching for QuickBooks Online how-to videos fairly often, or you think you might search in the future, you can subscribe, and then you'll know to check Spreadsheets for Business first to see if I've covered the subject, and that'll be quick and easy for you. So that's all I got. Appreciate you guys watching. Take care.